If an AI agent can browse for you, your real browser profile is the wrong place to let it work. Not because every agent is evil, because your browser is already logged into your money, your messages, your accounts, your work, and your habits. The model is not the dangerous part. The room you put it in is. Google is bringing auto browse into Chrome on Android. Microsoft says Copilot can select, type, scroll, and navigate inside of a browser tab. OpenAI now has a lockdown mode that, like, restricts web connected features because prompt injection and data are the real risk. So the question is no longer can AI use the web? It is which browser should it be allowed to use? That is the browser agent rule before the habit becomes normal. Most people think a browser is just a window. It is not. A browser profile is a container. It holds cookies that keep you signed in. It holds open tabs that reveal whatever you're working on. It holds saved sessions, permissions, history, downloads, payments, messaging, and so much more. Sometimes accounts you forgot that were still open. So when an agent works inside that profile, it's not just using a website. It's working inside a room that already knows who you are. That is why the first rule is simple. Do not make your personal profile the default workspace for an agent. Use a separate profile. Use a separate browser. Use a separate container. Use a limited workspace which only the accounts and tabs needed for the task. If the agent is a booking parking, it doesn't need your bank tab or your work email or your private notes or any of the 5 logged in dashboards beside it. The safest agent is not the smartest one. It is the one that you can contain. The interesting part is that the platform knows this. Google says auto browser is designed to ask for confirmations before completing sensitive tasks like purchases or posting on social media. Microsoft says browse with Copilot lets you watch each step in real time, take control anytime. It even documents permission levels, allow lists, block lists, and whenever you're buying an item or booking a reservation, email whatsoever, it will require your attention. OpenAI's lockdown mode goes even more blunt. When it's on, some web connected capabilities are restricted to reduce the risk of data leaving through prompt injection. That is not marketing fluff. That is the shape of the new operating system. Autonomy gets attention. Boundaries make it usable. The real product feature is not AI can click. The real product feature is the AI stops before it does something expensive, public, private, or even impossible to roll back or reverse. Here is what normal people read without the security show. Prompt injection means basically a website can contain instructions that are not meant for you. They are meant for the AI reading the page. You might ask an agent to compare flights, summarize a page, order something. The page might contain hidden or misleading instructions that can try to pull the agent away from your goal. Microsoft's own support page gives this kind of warning. OpenAI's lockdown mode exists because web-connected tools can create data risk. That does not mean you should never use these features. It just means that you should stop treating the agent like a trusted assistant and then start treating it like a junior worker inside of a controlled workspace. Junior workers can be useful. They should not have company credit card or the master password or the personal inbox and then the keys to every room on day one. That is the mental model. The browser agent rule is 4 parts. Use a separate workspace. Limit permissions. Require confirmation before stuff like money, messages, bookings, deletion, or anything public. And finally, keep an off switch. The separate workspace matters because it reduces accidental exposure. The permission gate matters because not every side tab or action should be available by default. The confirmation step matters because useful agents should prepare consequences, not silently execute them. And the off switch matters because there are tasks where web access is not worth the risk. That is why security modes, strict permissions, allow lists, block lists, and like human takeover controls are not boring enterprise details. They are the product. They are the difference between an agent that helps and an agent that becomes another thing you have to supervise. The trap is that convenience hides permissions. If the tool feels magical, you should stop noticing what it can touch. But the browser is where your internet life already lives. So before the agent gets smarter, make the room smaller. Give it a task. Give it the tab it needs. Give it the weakest useful access. Watch the sensitive steps and make sure there is a hard stop before anything permanent happens. For like creators and operators, this matters even more. Your browser may contain YouTube Studio, Stripe payments maybe, email, analytics, documents, dashboards, social accounts, and so much more. That itself is not a browser. That is an operating surface. If an agent is going to help there, the workflow needs proof, logs, boundaries, and reviews. Not because AI is useless, I have to remind you guys. Because useful systems need containment. The rule is simple. Do not let AI use your real browser profile by default. Give the agent its own room, let it work there, and then decide which door it crosses or like what needs to be shut. Anyway, thanks for watching.